Hello and welcome back to the Insurance Guru. My name is Ayanda Malele and thank you so much for coming back to watch another video of me talking about my favorite subject, insurance. Today's video is about medical aids versus health insurance. What is the difference? Let's look at the nature of medical aid schemes. The nature of a medical aid is to cover a broad range of medical expenses, and they are regulated by the Medical Schemes Act and the Council for Medical Schemes. With medical aids, you're covered for in-hospital and out-of-hospital expenses, depending on the cover that you have, because sometimes people say, I'm not necessarily sick day to day with a flu or sinus attack, so I don't want the day-to-day benefits, but I just want a hospital-only medical aid. So you'll be covered for just that portion. But in essence, medical aid looks at in-hospital and out-of-hospital medical expenses. And within these medical expenses, they need to be within a prescribed minimum benefit. So medical aids will have a prescribed minimum benefit. And when it comes to payments, they will pay directly to the service provider. So they'll pay Dis-Chem directly, or the doctor, or the who are the specialists, an ENT, etc., etc. So they pay directly to the service provider and not for you, but they cover your medical expenses. Their main focus is just that you are well and your overall health and medical wellness. And that's really the long and short of medical aids. Obviously, there are more details, the in and outs of medical aids. And if you want me to discuss more on medical aids, please let me know, leave a comment, and I will get a specialist to come and chat to me about that. Now let's look at medical insurance, which is quite different to medical aids. Health insurance, like insurance, is really for profit to some degree for the person or the organization that's offering it. And it's regulated by the Insurance Act of South Africa and they're governed by the FSCA. So they are an insurance type of cover, whereas medical aid schemes are not for profit. This is for profit. It's an organization that runs like a normal insurance policy, basically. With their coverage, they cover specific medical events and they cover for a specific amount. So for instance, they'll say, if you have cancer or if you're diagnosed with cancer, there will be a payout of 20,000 rands. But just to give you an example, that it covers specific conditions that are discussed obviously with you and your insurer and for a specific amount. As you can also see with this is that it's limited to what medical aid covers, because medical aid wants to cover everything. They want to cover your colonoscopy and then your MRI scans, etc., etc. This is for a specific event or illness with a specific amount to it. With medical insurance, it also extends to hospital stays. So some of these medical insurance policies will cover you for hospital stays to say, if you stay longer than 48 hours in hospital, then each day you stay there, they will pay you 2,000 rand for the hospital stay or whatever is agreed upon. So that's the difference. And what you see here is that it's really specific amounts, and those amounts are paid out to the policyholder, not to the service provider. You then have the option of saying, okay, I couldn't afford the full fee that the ENT covered because my medical aid only covered 80%. With this money that I get for my health insurance policy, I will then pay the extra. But the money or the payment goes straight to you. And so you can see that here, it's more of a safety net than it is a medical aid situation. So you can't now say, no, I've got health insurance, so I'm fine. We're not in America. America, yes, health insurance is sort of like a medical aid thing, as far as I understand. But in South Africa, health insurance is for those isolated incidences or illnesses that could happen, and there is a specific amount that's payable to you, and it's paid to you directly, and that's it. And so you are not going to have cover for if they need to operate or go to the theater, etc., etc. But with your health insurance policy, you could be able to sort of augment and add a little bit on to whatever was missing on your medical aid cover. Because with medical aid as well, there's certain amounts where, let's say the medical aid says we'll only pay up to this amount. If you've got the specialist doctor who says they charge even beyond that, whatever the difference is, you're going to have to pay that, and that's when then your health insurance policy could be beneficial. But I'd say, primarily medical aid cover, secondary, and as a buffer, your health insurance cover. And obviously, you need to talk to a financial advisor to gauge what your options are, see where you are currently at to be able to make the right decision. I just wanted to give you clarity on the differences between the two, so you don't walk around thinking you've got medical aid whereas you've got a health insurance policy. So I do hope that this video helped, and if you want to know more about the topics that I discussed, please leave a comment down below. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, tell your friends and your cousins to all come and subscribe and watch and learn all about insurance. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.